moving on to general sports questions. Let's go.
Commence. Bing, 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 bing. All right, Chew Man. What's up with Chew Man? Let's see. Are you guys going to be talking about the draft in the offseason? And could you also explain it? Have you not? I guess you haven't been keeping up with football for very long. Really quick, the draft happens every year around April, where NFL teams will draft players from the college football game. And your draft order depends on how you finish the regular season. So, for instance, the Browns had the worst record at 1-15. They get the number 1 overall pick. But yeah, we'll talk some draft, especially leading up, and once some combine happens. And,
one of our first videos ever was a draft recap from last year, so I'm sure we'll talk about the draft. I'm sure it is.
For sure.
Okay, next question comes from Tynan S. Or Tenants. Or is it Tynans? I don't know. But anyways, you ask, if you couldn't root for the Titans, who would you root for?
If I couldn't. Like I was physically incapable?
Like you wanted to. You were like, goats, but you couldn't say, you couldn't root for them. Yeah.
I honestly, I kind of dig the Packers. I liked Brett Favre. He was always fun to watch. And I like the history of Green Bay and the tradition and Lambeau Field and Vince Lombardi. And I think they're tight. I'd cheer Pack. Go Pack, go.
Good answer. As of right now, dealing with this season, I would say Raiders. I like the Raiders.
Next, Mr. Tommy Allen.
Tommy?
Who do you think will play in the Super Bowl and who will win?
I picked the Patriots and the Packers to make the Super Bowl, and I think the Patriots will prevail. The Patriots will prevail over the Packers in the Super Bowl.
Only for the 14th time in the last 10 years. I think it's going to be Patriots, and I love the Falcons. I'm just going to go for the Falcons and say Falcons and Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I don't know if we can answer this next or even ask this next question. It comes from Justin Verastige.
We have to answer. He has a good name.
Justin Verastige. I also like his last name.
LOL, I'm a Texan fan.
Yeah. You want to read it?
Moving on. We'll read it. I'm a Texans fan that watches this channel. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Not thank you for being a Texans fan.
And so, how do you like being beat twice a year by Houston?
Yeah.
We beat you guys. Don't know if you watched that last game, but we won. You didn't sweep us this year. Idiot. Also, how do you think the division will pan out next year? Who wins the AFC South? Who finishes last? Titans first place, Texans last.
Yes.
Also, which AFC South team do you hate the most? Now it's the Texans.
Next question.
Justin.
Moving on from that Texans fan. Dre Eastis asks, who should win the MVP?
That's a good one. I think it's a three-man race now.
Who? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Matt Ryan?
Correct.
Well, I'm glad I can name the candidates. I'm gonna go Tom Brady.
You love Tom.
Because I went Tom Brady.
You're obsessed
way
with
back
Tom
in the
Brady.
day. 8 games into the year, I'm like Tom Brady's MVP.
I
he should get it, man.
I'm going to pick Aaron Rodgers. I know I kind of sound like a homer since I just said I like the Packers, but put up 40 touchdown passes. He's definitely the MVP. That team would be nothing without Aaron Rodgers.
Who's their guy?
Who's their running back? Christian Michael and then Ty Montgomery, receiver turned running back. I would take Matt Ryan or Rodgers over Brady for the MVP.
All right, you're just getting crazy now. Dre actually has another question too, and we'll allow it because it's our first Q&A. But he says, what are your favorite teams in the other 3 big sports in America? Basketball, hockey, baseball. Baseball, I don't give a crap about baseball. So I have no favorite team.
Just say one, you have to. Who would you go for?
No, I don't.
Can you even name a baseball team?
Oh man, I actually watched.
Who won the World Series?
The Cubs.
Oh wow!
I'll go with the Cubs are my favorite baseball team.
Took you a minute to remember.
Yeah, call me a bandwagon fan. I've been a Cubs fan since 1908.
Yeah,
what about you, baseball?
I really don't keep up with baseball, to be honest. But if I had to choose a team for proximity's sake, I'd go Braves. There's a lot of Braves fans in Nashville.
Oh, gross. Okay, hockey. You want to say this at the same time?
Predators.
Yeah, come on. Nashville's got a team. I don't watch a lot of hockey, but I do root for the Preds.
Yeah.
I follow it to an extent.
Yeah, me too. Especially when the playoffs start. Playoff hockey's sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Predators for sure. And then basketball. You want to go pro and college?
I'm going to get a lot of hate for this question, actually. I don't want to answer it.
I know. I'll answer for you.
Okay, college, I love me some Duke basketball. Not ashamed of it.
You've been a Duke fan since like 5th grade.
Yes,
right? So-
love Duke basketball. If you're going pro, I like rooting for players more than teams. I do like the Grizzlies because of the proximity thing. They're in the state, but they don't have a chance this year. So I really like LeBron James, and I like Kyrie Irving, obviously Duke. So I'm going for the Cavs. Cavaliers, baby.
My NBA team, the Grizzlies, an in-state team. I'm a huge Homer fan and a Homer Simpson fan also. But yeah,
Go!
I'm a big Homer person. And really in basketball, no team has a chance except for like 3. Cavs, Warriors,
Spurs.
and Spurs. Maybe the Thunder if maybe Russell Westbrook can put up some quadruple doubles, they'll get up there. College basketball.
Wait, last year's finals. The Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. College basketball?
Homer status again. I'll root for any Tennessee team. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. I'll go for Vandy on a random night. I'll go for UT on a random night. And if they play each other, I'll just go for whoever's having the better season.
Like literally, you guys don't know him. This is really how he is. If there was a team that lived on his street, he would root for them first, and then the team that lived on the street next if they weren't playing, and then the team that lived on the street over if they weren't playing, and then it just.
Big MTSU Blue Raider basketball fan. When they upset Michigan State last year in the first round, boom! That was awesome.
Blue
that was
Raider,
so good to see.
Yeah.
I love seeing
Raiders.
Belmont in the tournament. They're always a solid team
Yeah.
based in Nashville.
Ugh.
I like my state. Sorry.
DG Productions, how afraid of Blake Bortles are you? JK, go Jags. I'm not afraid of Blake Bortles. I am slightly afraid of the Jags next year. I still think they have all that potential that they have this year. So if Blake Bortles can turn it around, I'm afraid of the team. But as a quarterback, he doesn't scare me that much right now.
Except that last game, he lit us up randomly. Played like an all-pro. I hate him. All right, LA Beast, 45. What NFL team do you dislike? Kind of already answered this one.
Colts.
Colts.
Screw the Colts. That's all I'm going to say.
Colts, Jags, Texans. Tired of the Patriots dynasty. A man is watching you.
Be calm.
Ah!
Shoot.
Oh, there he is.
Hey!
Okay.
Hey, a man.
All right, a man is watching you. Where do you rank Mariota amongst NFL quarterbacks today, as well as moving forward? Moving forward, I think he could become the best quarterback in the NFL. Bias. But right now, I think he's top 10.
Ooh, top 10. I was going to go top 15 for sure. If I had to
Name
make a
10 quarterbacks
guarantee.
you'd rather have than Mr. Marcus. Go.
Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Ben Roethlisberger, Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Derek Carr.
All right, I'll give you that. Andrew Luck? Oh, man. Pressure's on
I'm
now.
going to act like you didn't even say that right now.
I'll just ask you a question. I didn't make any kind of declaration.
Brock Osweiler.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Cross the line there. Russell Wilson?
Yeah, I'd probably take Russell Wilson over him.
Matt Stafford?
That would be a
All right, well, that's like 7,
Anyways,
8.
yeah.
That fringe top 10 quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm going guarantee, I'm saying top 15. I could see him going top 10. I think he'll be top 10 for sure eventually.
Chelsea Brown. Who do you like as QB for the Jags? You know what? I like Blake Bortles as QB for the Jags because they're not very good with him as QB,
Yeah.
despite him beating us this year. But yeah, they can have Blake Bortles as the QB. That's fine with me.
Okay, next up from MP. He says, hello.
Hello.
He wrote a lot, so I'm not going to read all of it. I'm just going to get straight to your questions. What do you think about the London games? You said you're from Germany because you say we in Germany would be so happy to see only one NFL game in Germany for a time, but I also understand that the NFL belongs to America. So you want to see a game not just in London, but in Germany as well, apparently. The Titans haven't had to play one yet, but if they did, I would hate to give up a home game to go play in London. That's terrible.
That stinks.
If they can work out the scheduling better a little bit.
I just don't see how it could logistically work with the distance traveled and there's not a lot of recovery time.
Yeah. If London ever gets their own NFL team, I think that NFL team is going to be at a sore disadvantage to the rest of the league. Just and what you said. So
or maybe they have a thing where they only get to play like 2 away games per season or something.
I don't know, man. NFL and Roger Goodell are all about making money, so obviously it's making them money. So it's going to continue. It's going to continue.
I don't think it'd be good for the players, honestly. I don't think it'd be good for the game itself. I think we'd see a lack of production in the games, kind of what we see on Thursday Night Football, and those complaints, how the players aren't ready to play. There's not enough rest time in between games. So, unfortunately, I don't think it would be the best thing for Germany to have a team. Or I mean, if it's like a one-time-a-year thing, sure. But
Maybe
to have a team over there in Europe would be extremely difficult on the players and hard for everyone involved.
Yes.
But good questions. It is interesting, and it's awesome seeing like international football, or the NFL getting international recognition. What I'm trying to say, it's cool. Everybody's kind of tuning in. Football's exciting. American football. JR Buck 26, Junior Buck 26. Do you think the Titans will have a bounce back year and go a bit farther? And what do you think about the Buccaneers? Also, congrats on 1K. Smiley face.
Thank you, Junior. He loves the Buccaneers because he loves Jameis Winston.
Inside Titans Tube joke for clarification.
I'm not big on the Buccaneers just because I feel like there's always going to be a rivalry between Mariota and Winston.
There's no such
They will always be compared to each other. Every year they're going to talk about on First Take, would you rather have Mariota or would you rather have Winston?
They are forever linked.
I don't want them compared. Yes,
they're in the same draft class. They both won the Heisman.
Honestly,
they played each other in college once.
Honestly, I don't have the Bucs are in the NFC, so I don't really care. If we ever have to play you, I want to beat you. But other than that, I'm not for or against you. The Buccaneers are just another NFC team to me.
To me, the Buccaneers are similar to the Titans because of that draft class, drafting their quarterbacks 1 and 2, and then they both, still had losing seasons in their rookie years, but they both finished with a 9-7 record this year. So they're kind of at the same level in terms of rebuilding and taking that next step. So honestly, I kind of expect to see the Bucs in the playoffs if they're progressing like the Titans are. But other than that, I mean, I'm not trying to tune into every single Bucs game every single Sunday. But yeah, good up-and-coming team. Cool to see that at the same time as us. And also, do you think the Titans will have a bounce-back year and go a bit farther? First of all, we already had our bounce-back year this year. We bounced back. We were a legitimately decent team this year. And next year, I do expect us to go farther.
Yeah, a bounce back year from a 9-7 is like a Super Bowl year, honestly.
For us,
I wouldn't call it a bounce back for next year, but yeah, we'll continue to improve on what we did this year.
Woo!
Okay, from Thomas Camardi asks, which NFL rule or regulation do you think should be changed before next season? Congrats on 1K. Thank you, Thomas. Wow. That's a good question. Which NFL rule do you think needs to be changed before next season?
You're asking me?
Yeah. Well, no, Thomas is actually asking you.
Oh, yeah. You want me to go first?
He asked us, and I asked you to go first.
Thank you for the clarification. I'm gonna give Amy the credit because we were talking about it out there. She brought it up first, so this answer is Amy's answer, but I'm gonna use it too. The celebrations. We got to get these celebrations straightened out. It's this very minor part of the game, and it's bad for the game to be so strict on it. Tajay Sharp can't pretend like he's asleep on the ground, but Ezekiel Elliott can jump into the charity bucket.
Salvation
Army. He can do that. That's a prop. He used a prop. I mean, I thought that's what this thing was about.
I'm going to say, I think the NFL just needs to regulate some kind of consistency through all the refereeing crews, especially when it comes to like personal fouls and what warrants an ejection. Because earlier in the year, Taylor Lewan got ejected against the Packers for he thought it was a player and swiped away a ref's hand. And then later in the year, you have Aqib Talib, going after Harry Douglas, starting a brawl on the sidelines. Neither player gets ejected. And Taylor Lewan, I don't know.
He does this to a ref?
Yeah.
No hands touching.
They either got to let the refs make more of a judgment call there, or have some kind of standard. I don't know. So I don't know if that's an actual rule, but I think that needs to be changed.
I agree. I do like the extra points being longer. It makes things a little bit more interesting.
I was going to say that too. I love that rule.
That was nice.
I love it.
Guys, we're down to our final category. Very sad. It is the random/personal category that we named ourselves.
So yeah. So if you only like sports and you only like us for sports, then stop watching right now.